So who's going to win control of the House as our third world banana republic election system continues to embarrass itself before the eyes of the world? We're now getting calculated projections of who is going to take the House. NBC News has offered a projection that they are claiming statistically has a 99.5% likelihood of happening. And according to the analysts at NBC, the single most probable outcome for control of the House goes to the Republicans. They're projecting a total of 19 seats flipped for a GOP majority of 219. So NBC News, though they have not officially called it, they are projecting a 99% probability of the Republicans taking the House. Now, of course, this remains a projection. Anything can happen, but even Democrat strategists are admitting that with each passing day, their hopes of retaining control of the House all the more fade. And for good reason. We've had a number of races called over the weekend. In Arizona's 1st District, Republican David Schweikert has been projected the winner in a Democrat +1 district. It's been redrawn to favor the Democrats, but he picked it up. In Arizona's 6th District, Republican Juan Ciscomani has been projected the winner there, defeating his Democratic opponent. And while not yet officially called, it does look like Republican Ken Calvert will win California's 41st District. Dave Wasserman of the Cook Political Report tweeted out, between Arizona 1, Arizona 6, and California 41, the Democrats' dream of holding the House majority probably died. Let's certainly hope so. Remember, the magic number is 218. The party first get to 218 in the House takes control, and Republicans are almost there. Ironically, Wasserman points out that much of the electoral damage to the Democrats that they suffered was in some of their most reliably blue areas. Democrats lost 5 seats in New York alone in districts that had voted for Biden by double digits. Republicans had no problem holding on to red seats throughout the country, whereas the Democrats experienced some pretty significant loss in parts of the country they never imagined would flip. I mentioned in one of last week's videos, every single seat from Long Island is now officially Republican. The GOP swept the Long Island elections, flipping their 2 blue seats red. It was an incredible red wave in New York. Lee Zeldin did better than any Republican gubernatorial candidate in decades since George Pataki, who, of course, himself ended up becoming a presidential contender. So ironically, if the Republicans take the House, the Democrats will have their own blue states like New York to blame. Now, the NBC News report has Republicans at 219 seats. Election Wizard has Republicans getting upwards of 221 at least. So we'll see. We'll see how things flesh out over the next several days. Again, unfortunately, we may not know, given our Pony Express elections, we may not know the official seat count in the House until literally weeks from now. So at the very least, these statistical projections can provide some semblance of stability as we wait. Again, if NBC is stating that Republicans winning at least 219 seats is a 99% certainty, that's pretty good news. But it doesn't stop there. There does appear to be a very real plan in place to capture the Senate as well. Yes, you heard that right. The Republicans have not given up on control over the Senate. And there's a very real path to winning control of the Senate, and that's exactly what we're going to discover. But first, a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, and that's our good friends over at Old Country Soap. This amazing South Dakota company uses traditional Amish techniques and locally sourced ingredients to make the best natural soaps out there. Every bar of Old Country Soap includes pure and unfiltered bentonite clay, which works wonders. It helps to soothe and relieve dry and sensitive skin. It's known for its healing properties that help with psoriasis and eczema. It's absolutely wonderful stuff. Gang, you've got to try this soap out. Just the pure natural scent alone is unbelievable. I use it every day. I love it. Click on that link below right now, and for a limited time, you're going to get an exclusive discount if you use my promo code Turley. And they're even going to throw in a free shower enhancing exfoliation soap bag with every purchase. So don't wait. Click on that link below or visit oldcountrysoap.com. Republicans are going all in on the Georgia runoff between Herschel Walker and Raphael the Warlock. The Warlock is in serious trouble. And that's because historically, incumbents tend to lose in Georgia runoff elections. We saw this, to our shame, of course, back in January 2021 when both Republicans lost in the runoff. And again, remember, it was incredibly close, but incumbents don't tend to win Georgia runoff elections. So apparently, Republicans are all in, unlike the total lack of support and financial backing from MAGA senatorial candidates like Blake Masters. Remember, it was Mitch McConnell, not Trump. It was Cocaine Mitch who deliberately sabotaged the Senate. He knew MAGA candidates like Masters were the end of his days as leader of the GOP in the Senate. He knew that. And McConnell would rather maintain his own control as a minority leader than see someone like Rick Scott of Florida become majority leader. But regardless, now it looks like there is a way for Mitch to have his cake and eat it too. If Walker wins in the runoff, which given the historical precedents he is more than likely to do, that returns the Senate to a 50-50 split. Now, this is where things get very, very interesting. The Hill as a piece just came out today. Republicans eye Joe Manchin as their top target in 2024. And the article goes on to point out that McConnell is already preparing to pump millions and millions of dollars into the West Virginia Senate race coming up. Manchin's up for re-election in 2 years. And McConnell's going to do that because West Virginia, as of last Tuesday, has gone super majority red. If you don't know, just 8 years ago, the Republicans took control of both chambers in West Virginia for the first time in 80 years. Okay, West Virginia, again, has been one of these most reliably blue states. It wasn't that long ago that both their senators were diehard Democrats, Robert Byrd, Jay Rockefeller, right? Joe Manchin is basically a throwback to that Democrat era. But that era basically died in West Virginia 8 years ago when the Republicans took control of both chambers of West Virginia's government for the very first time in 8 decades, and they have never looked back. They have amassed one of the most impressive Republican supermajorities in the entire nation. They have veto-proof, massive veto-proof majorities in both legislative chambers. And those majorities got a whole lot bigger last Tuesday. So Manchin, as a Democrat, is as vulnerable as they come. And this Hill article is reporting that McConnell's ready to pour millions into flipping that West Virginia seat red. But the buried lead here, the hidden headline, is that this threat comes with a carrot. We're going to spend millions upon millions of dollars to defeat you, or you, Joe Manchin, can do what? You could switch parties and you'll be guaranteed re-election. And if Manchin flips, along with a Walker victory in the runoff, the Republicans take the Senate with 51 seats. So that seems to be what's going on behind the scenes in the Senate. A Walker runoff win and a Manchin flip gives them full Senate control. So obviously we'll be keeping our eyes on how things develop here, this Game of Thrones stuff. But it's clear, while the outcome of these midterm elections has yet to be determined, things are certainly looking very good in the House, and they even look rather promising in the Senate as well. As always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. You will definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on Friday on major GOP wins that the legacy media won't tell you about. It's gonna make your day, gang. So make sure to click on that link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.